Warmest wishes to who I consider the greatest coin manipulator in the entire world. Sincerely, Di Vernon, Hollywood, California. Those words were written in 1974 about David Roth, considered to be the greatest coin manipulator of all time. Hello, I'm Mike Maxwell, and welcome to the A1 Multimedia Magic Video Series. Today we start you off on a bold new journey into coin magic with David Roth's Expert Coin Magic Made Easy, a series devoted to taking you from beginning to expert status with coin magic. Let me read a few words that Di Vernon wrote about David Roth. First, let me state that David Roth has an amazing ability when performing with coins. He is truly a genius. I have been fortunate to have enjoyed the confidence and friendship of the leading exponents of coin manipulation of the past. T. Nelson Downs, Alan Shaw, Manuel, and Welsh Miller all specialized in this branch of the magical arts. To the very best of my judgment, David's ideas and execution far surpass any one of them. I feel quite certain that if they could witness his performance, they would not only be astounded, but realized they had seen the master. And now, the master is going to teach you. I give you David Roth.
Hello, I'm David Roth, and this is Volume 1 of Expert Coin Magic Made Easy. And because it is Volume 1, I'm going to assume that you are a beginner, and that's why I'm going to teach the basics, the fundamentals of coin magic, the basic palms, switches, productions, as well as some classics of coin magic. And if you study this tape, I guarantee within a very short time, you will be doing expert coin magic. All right, get yourself a coin. I'm going to teach you the classic palm. Now, the classic palm is the most important concealment in all of coin magic. There are other places to hide coins, but the classic palm is certainly the most versatile, the most flexible, and the most natural way to conceal a coin. The coin is held in the palm, in actually the palm of the hand, but it is held by a contraction at the base of the thumb and the muscle at the base of the little finger. The coin is held from the sides, gripped by slightly moving the base of the thumb. It is not gripped from above and below. If you grip the coin that way, you'll put a bend in your hand that can be seen very obviously, and you don't want that to be there because it doesn't look natural. The coin is gripped from the sides. Another important point that many people learning the classic palm run into is that they find that they have stiff fingers when the coin is palmed. This can be avoided by simply remembering that the muscles that hold the coin in the palm and the muscles that move the fingers are completely independent of each other. So there is really no reason why you shouldn't be able to move the fingers as easily as if there was no coin in the palm. Now, to place the coin into the classic palm, there are basically two ways to do this. The first way is to hold the coin on the second and third fingertips with the thumb on top, release the thumb, and press the coin into the classic palm with these fingers. Now notice how I'm holding my thumb and index finger together when I do that. That is to prevent the thumb from shooting out like that, a very, very common mistake which I see many magicians do when they classic palm a coin. They palm the coin and the thumb shoots out like that. It's a real telegraph. That's something that can be noticed 20 feet away. Even without actually getting a flash of the coin, they can tell that your hand is doing something suspicious. This can be eliminated, as I said, by holding the thumb and index finger together as the coin is pressed into the classic palm. Another point is the knuckles. You want the knuckles to lower. You want your hand to lower the knuckles so that when the coin is palmed, the hand can work close to the table by lowering the knuckles. This not only makes the hand appear more natural, but it makes it that much more difficult for people to get a flash of the coin, which they might be able to do if your fingers were up like that and they could see underneath and through your fingers that way. So you want to drop those knuckles. You want to keep the fingers loose. You want to keep the thumb and index finger together as you press the coin into your palm. And a very good way to acquire a good classic palm is simply to keep the coin in your palm all day long. If you work a computer, typing is an excellent exercise with a coin palmed. Playing a musical instrument, playing the piano, playing any musical instrument, typing, eating, any kind of activity where you use your hand, writing with a pen or pencil, all very, very good to acquire your hand being comfortable with the coin in the classic palm position. Another way to get the coin into the palm position is to simply display it on the open palm, and as the hand turns palm down, a slight movement at the base of the thumb this way, slight contraction, will palm the coin. You turn your hand over, the coin is palmed. With practice, it is possible to palm a coin so securely that you can actually place your hand flat on a table, thumb out, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the thumb, and keep the coin in the palm. This is not the most natural position. I'm just pointing out what can be done with practice. An important point to remember when you practice the classic palm is don't push it into the palm with the other hand. There are very, very few coin vanishes that require the palm be done that way. It's very important that you learn to palm the coin with the same hand that holds the coin. The coin is picked up by the second and third fingers. It is pressed into the palm. The thumb and index finger stay together to keep the thumb from moving out. And then by a slight contraction of the thumb, the coin stays palmed. And that is an in-depth look at the mechanics of the classic palm. When working on the classic palm, to achieve a more natural look to your hand, when the coin is palmed, lift up the little finger of your right hand, or the hand that's holding the coin. It helps give a better look to the hand, makes it look a little bit more natural, more deceptive. The next slide I'd like to teach you is called a finger palm. And it is not quite as flexible or versatile as the classic palm. It is considerably easier, and you will certainly acquire the finger palm before you learn how to classic palm a coin. The coin is simply displayed at the base of the second and third fingers of the right hand or the left hand, and the palm is made by slightly contracting the second and third fingers. Actually, the third finger does most of the holding. This allows you to turn your hand over, keep the coin finger palmed, and still retain the use of the index finger, second finger, and thumb to pick objects up or display them. Some people have what we call windows, which means when they turn their hand over, there might be a gap in between these fingers or in between these fingers, and the coin can be seen. And remember, a coin, being made of silver, can flash across a room very, very easily. A copper coin would not flash as badly, but a silver coin you can spot 30 feet away. So it's very important, if you do have windows, to close them up by pressing the fingers together. Of course, if you contract the hand too stiffly, it will look stiff, and that isn't good either. So you want to reach a happy medium where the windows are closed, the coin is finger palmed, and now you can have your hand on the table in what we call a slidini rest position, with both hands in half-closed fists, and the coin is retained in the finger palm. The coin is displayed at the base of the second and third fingers. The finger palm is made by slightly contracting the second and third fingers, even though the third finger does most of the holding. This leaves the second finger, first finger, and thumb free to pick up and display objects. When working on the classic palm, some people may find a quarter easier to conceal in their hand than a half a dollar. A half a dollar is good for me, but a quarter might be better for you. So try it with both coins and see which feels the most comfortable when it's in your palm. The next sleight is called the thumb palm. And once you acquire the classic palm, the finger palm, and the thumb palm, you will find that those are the three main sleights of coin manipulation. Now, the thumb palm, as the title implies, is a concealment where the coin is held, clipped by the thumb against the palm of the hand, in this manner. Now, the hand looks very, very natural from the back, but, as you might imagine, because the thumb can't move, because it's stuck to the side of the hand gripping the coin, it's rather difficult to pick up objects and display them. Still, there is a use for everything, and there are many uses for the thumb palm in coin magic. The coin is placed in this position by displaying it on the tips of the second finger and index finger. Place the thumb on top. Turn the hand palm down, and using the first and second fingers, you can slide the coin along the thumb until it reaches the base of the thumb, where the thumb moves against it, clipping it against the side of the hand. That is the thumb palm. The coin is displayed at the tips of the first and second fingers. Place the thumb on the coin. Turn the hand palm down, and using the first and second fingers, slide the coin along the thumb until it reaches the base of the thumb, where it can be clipped against the side of the hand by the thumb palm. Now that I've shown you the three basic concealments in coin magic, the classic palm, the finger palm, and the thumb palm, I'd like to show you some vanishes. In other words, these are actions where you pretend to place the coin into one hand, but you really retain it, either in the classic palm, the finger palm, or the thumb palm. I'll start with the classic palm. Hold the coin at the tips of the second finger and thumb, displayed in the right hand. As you show your left hand empty, using that as misdirection, because everyone will look at this hand when you show it empty, place your third finger on the coin and press it into the right palm, as I've already taught you. Don't forget to keep the thumb and second finger together as you do this. Now extend those fingers as if you're still holding the coin behind them, but of course the coin is actually classic palmed. Now you must pretend to place the coin into your left hand. The most natural way to do this is to simply simulate or mime the actions of actually placing a coin into your hand. It would look like that. The right hand comes away with the fingers spread, the hand looking relaxed. Close the left hand as if it contained a coin. Look at the left hand. Point to the left hand. All these things reinforce the idea that you have placed the coin into your left hand. Once again, the coin is shown at the tips of the fingers. The hand turns inward as you show your left hand empty, and using that as misdirection, the right hand palms the coin. You now pretend to place the coin into the left hand by simulating the action you would actually do if you really did place a coin into your left hand. The right hand comes away, fingers spread, thumb showing, left hand closes. At this point, you want to use the palm. You want to use your right hand naturally. You can do this by rubbing the back of your hand in a gesture. Again, gives the right hand something to do, makes it look natural. You can make a gesture over your hand. Again, keep the fingers moving, use the right hand. Give it something to do, it looks natural. Finally, open your hand and show it empty. The coin stays in classic palm. Another way of doing a classic palm vanish is to simply display the coin in the classic palm position. And instead of pretending to place the coin into the left hand, you simply turn your right hand over and you pretend to dump the coin into the left hand. This can be very, very deceptive, because if you've acquired a deceptive classic palm, the right hand contracts very little as it turns over, and it truly looks as if the coin must have fallen into the left hand. Once again, the right hand drops to the table, looking relaxed. If you want to rub the back of your hand or use the hand for a gesture, that's fine. Finally, open your left hand, showing the coin has vanished. And those are the basic mechanics of a classic palm vanish. The coin is held at the tips of the fingers and displayed. The right hand turns palm down in preparation for pushing the coin into the palm, which is not done until the left hand is shown empty. Using that as misdirection, the right fingers press the coin into the classic palm. Again, keep the index finger and thumb together. And then the right hand extends its fingers as if it still held the coin behind their tips, and pretends to place the coin into the left hand, which closes around the fingers as the right hand moves away. When working on the classic palm, a good idea is to make the hand that is concealing the coin look the same as the hand that is not concealing the coin. hold your hands out in front of you and attempt to make both hands look the same in terms of the flatness of the hand and the flex of the fingers. To use the finger palm as a vanish for a coin, it's actually very, very easy, much easier than the classic palm. Simply display the coin at the base of the second and third fingers. This is called an open finger palm position, and it is displayed this way in preparation for finger palming the coin a few seconds later as you pretend to dump the coin into your palm up left hand. So the hands come together, the right hand turns palm down, apparently dumping the coin into the left hand, but again, the second and third fingers contract, mostly the third finger, so the coin is retained in the right hand finger palm. Important to close the left hand at the proper time so the illusion of the coin falling into the hand is complete. Once again, pause, then open the hand to show the coin has vanished, retained in the finger palm. Another way to make the coin disappear and to get it into the finger palm position is a very old move in magic called le tourniquet, sometimes called the French drop. You've probably seen this move. Maybe your uncle did it for you when you were a child. In this vanish, the coin is held at the fingertips in French drop position, just like this. The left hand comes in to take the coin with the thumb going underneath, the fingers on top, and by slightly relaxing the right thumb, the coin would fall straight down directly into the finger palm position. The left hand closes around the imaginary coin that the spectators think was still there. Left hand moves away. The coin is retained in the right hand finger palm. Once again, open the left hand, showing the coin has disappeared. A more refined version of this move, this is by Derek Dingle, is to show the coin in the same French drop position, but instead of taking the coin into a fist, you simply apparently take the coin at the fingertips. Once again, the coin starts off in French drop position. The hand comes in, but not as far, only until the coin is obscured by the tips of the fingers of the left hand. Once again, the right thumb relaxes, allowing the coin to drop into the finger palm position as the left hand moves away, supposedly holding the coin at the fingertips. Then close the hand into a fist, then make the coin vanish, the finger palm vanish. The coin is displayed at the base of the second and third fingers. The left hand opens palm up next to the right hand. The right hand apparently dumps the coin into the left hand, but as the right hand turns over, a slight contraction of the second and third fingers, mainly the third finger, retains the coin in finger palm position. The left hand closes as if it caught the coin, and the right hand drops to the table in a relaxed slidini rest position. The left hand opens to reveal the vanish. For the French drop, the coin is held at the tips of the fingers. The left hand comes in as if to take the coin, with the thumb going under the coin and the fingers going above the coin. And when the coin is obscured from the spectator's sight, the right thumb relaxes, allowing the coin to drop straight down into the finger palm position as the left hand pretends to take the coin and moves away, and then opens, revealing the vanish. The coin stays finger palmed in the right hand. A more modern way of doing the French drop is to hold the coin at the fingertips in the same opening position, but the left hand, instead of taking the coin into a fist, apparently takes the coin at the fingertips, but the mechanics of the move are the same. The fingertips obscure the coin, the right thumb relaxes, allowing the coin to drop into an open finger palm or into a finger palm position, and the left hand moves away, apparently holding the coin behind the fingers, and then pulls it into a fist. Pause, then open the left hand, showing the coin has vanished. Both hands relax to the table in rest position. When you want to use the thumb palm as a vanish, it's actually very simple, and it's very, very deceptive, because remember, a thumb palm does give the hand a very flat look with the fingers extended, even though the thumb can't be used to pick things up. But for a vanish, it's very effective. Show the coin on the tips of the second and first finger. You're going to turn the hand over as the left hand turns palm up. You're going to pretend to place the coin into the left hand, but as the right hand is moving toward the left hand, the first two fingers slide that coin along the thumb until they hit the base of the thumb, where it is clipped by the thumb against the side of the hand. This is done as the hand moves toward the left hand, and the overall illusion is that the coin is placed into the left hand. Once again, the right hand comes away with the fingers open, slightly spread, the thumb. Hold the coin as loosely as possible so that the thumb, which is rigid, looks less rigid. Once again, look at the left hand, point to the left hand, perhaps rub the back of the left hand with the right hand, and finally open it, revealing the coin has vanished. And that is the basic mechanics of the thumb palm vanish. Coin is displayed at the tips of the first and second fingers of the right hand. The left hand turns palm up next to it to apparently receive the coin. The right hand turns palm down, and the first and second fingers slide the coin along the thumb until they reach the base of the thumb, where the thumb can clip the coin against the side of the hand. This is done as the right hand apparently places the coin into the left hand, which closes apparently around the coin. Pause, open the hand, revealing the coin has vanished. It's really retained in the thumb palm. Anytime you have a coin concealed in your hand, whether it's in the classic palm or the finger palm, and if you want to make your hand look a little bit more natural, don't forget, pick up a wand. It doesn't have to be an actual magic wand. It can be a pen, a pencil, a chopstick, a straw, anything. But remember, Once you have a coin concealed and you pick up a wand or a wand substitute, it instantly makes your hand look much more natural. Now that you've learned the big three concealments, the classic palm, the finger palm, and the thumb palm, and you've learned how to get coins into those positions secretly as you apparently place them into the other hand, I'd like to talk a little bit about finesses, touches, little actions that make these moves more deceptive. Now, when you have a coin classic palmed, whether you're getting it in there because you've done a dump vanish or whether it's in that position because you've done a put vanish, the point is you want to use this hand naturally. I've already talked about rubbing the back of the hand, snapping the fingers, using the hand. Something else you can do is to take another coin while you keep one palmed in the right hand and flip this coin into the air. Very, very deceptive. It seems like an impossible thing to do with the coin palm. Flip it in the air, catch it, place the coin down again. A very good touch for the classic palm. For the finger palm, there's a wonderful subtlety known as the Ramsey subtlety. John Ramsey was a wonderful magician doing magic during the 30s and 40s, and he made extensive use of the finger palm. Except when he did a finger palm, he kept the coin in exactly the same position, but he made use of the fact that if you tilt your hands back slightly, people can see the palm of your hand, but they cannot see the coin. Or if you hold your hand in this position, they can see the palm of your hand, but they cannot see the coin. This is called the Ramsey subtlety, and it's very, very disarming, because many people do know that magicians can palm a coin, but when they see the palm empty, they will think that the rest of the hand is empty as well. Now, the important thing in all of these vanishes, the classic palm and the finger palm, is to make the hand look natural. And while you're learning to acquire these moves, there is one more subtlety that can make all these moves very, very deceptive. And that subtlety is the use of a magic wand. In a sense, this is the best kept secret in magic, because everyone on the street knows what a magic wand supposedly is. It's supposedly the source of the magician's power. But many people, most people, don't realize that the real use of the wand is to make a magician's hand look natural when he's concealing an object. You know, during the Middle Ages, the magicians didn't have time to practice, and their technique was not as refined as the technique today. So they would always pick up a wand when they had a coin or an object concealed in their hand. And you can see that if I show a coin finger palmed and immediately pick up the wand, instantly my hand looks completely natural. It is impossible to tell whether there is a coin there or not because it's holding something, and that is the point. Use the wand as the magical catalyst to make the coin disappear, but remember, it's really there to make the right hand look natural. Same applies if you have a coin in the classic palm position. Pick up the wand. Make a gesture with it. You can hold the wand like this, or you can hold the wand like this, like a pencil. This is a very, very disarming position, makes the hand look very open and extended, and yet totally natural because it's holding an object. That position also applies when the coin is finger palmed. You can hold the wand like this, or you can hold the wand like a pencil. Both moves give the hand something to do, making it more natural. If you don't have a wand, the principle is the same. Don't use a wand. Use a pen, use a pencil, use a chopstick, use a straw. Anything that you pick up instantly makes the right hand, the hand concealing the object, look more natural. That is the wand subtlety, and this is a very good example of using a pen as a wand substitute. You can even use another coin as a wand substitute. If you show a coin and pretend to put it in your hand, pick up a second coin, instantly my right hand looks natural because it's holding something openly at the fingertips. This is something you should keep in mind as you're learning these moves until you get comfortable with the idea that even though you have an object concealed in your hand, people really don't know it's there. Many magicians feel very guilty when they're palming an object. It's a perfect opportunity for them to use the wand. It'll improve the look of your magic and make you feel more confident about it. And those are some subtleties for the classic palm and the finger palm. Now that you've learned the basic concealments in coin magic, the classic palm, finger palm, thumb palm, and I've also taught you how to secretly get coins into those positions as you apparently place them into your other hand, I'd like to talk a little bit about transferring the coins from one palm position to another. Very often in magic effects, you have to start with the coin in the classic palm, move it to the finger palm, possibly start with a coin in the thumb palm, move it to the classic palm. These things can either be done very expediently or they can be done with much too much finger motion. I'd like to show you some very practical ways of transferring coins from one palm position to another. Now, if you have a coin classic palmed and you want to transfer it to the finger palm position, turn the hand over and let the coin fall from the classic right down into the finger palm position. If you have a coin finger palmed and you want to classic palm it, then bend the fingers inward, causing the coin to flatten out on the tips of the fingers, and then push the coin into the classic palm. If you have a coin thumb palmed and you want to transfer it to the finger palm, again, thumb palmed coin, if you hold with the fingers pointing downwards, the coin can be released and fall directly into a finger palm position. If you want to transfer the coin from a thumb palm to a classic palm position, start with the coin thumb palmed, bend the right fingers inward so the second and third fingers come under the coin, release the coin so it drops onto their tips, and from this position you can easily push the coin up into a classic palm. If you want to transfer a coin from the finger palm to a thumb palm position, show the coin in the base of the fingers, an open finger palm display. Bend these fingers inward, allowing you to clip the coin into a thumb palm position with your right thumb. So now you know how to transfer coins from the classic palm to the finger palm to classic palm, thumb palm to finger palm to thumb palm. Practice these moves because they come in very, very handy in more advanced routines. Very often in coin magic, when you have a coin concealed, but you don't want to keep it there for an extended period of time, but you still want your hand to look natural, you can transfer the coin to a position we call the fingertip rest position, which is simply on the tips of the second and third fingers, but the hand is curled inward in a rest position on the table. From this position, the hand looks very natural from the front, and yet you can easily classic palm the coin by simply bending in the fingers slightly as you reach for an object on the table. You can also transfer a coin to the finger palm position from the fingertip rest position by pushing up on this edge and moving it over into a finger palm in that manner. So the fingertip rest is a flexible move that lets you rest your hands, still keeping the coin concealed, and yet you can go to several different concealments from the fingertip rest position. I'd like to teach you a move called the utility switch, and it is a true utility move because it can be used for several different purposes, and it's used in many different coin effects. Now, believe it or not, the utility switch can be used to show both hands empty while you conceal coins in your hands. And it's usually done from the classic palm position or the finger palm position. You have a coin concealed. This hand is in a rest position on the table. Two visible coins are in view on the table. To do the utility switch, show both coins. One is in an open finger palm display, which means if I slightly contract these fingers, that coin will be finger palmed. This coin is not on the palm or the fingers, which means if I turn my hand over, that coin will fall. Now in the utility switch, it looks as if you toss both coins from the left hand to the right hand, which turns palm up to catch them. In reality, I'm going to retain this coin finger palmed and only toss this coin into the right hand where it lands on top of the coin that's finger palmed in the right hand. The illusion being two coins are shown in the left hand and apparently the same two coins are shown in the right hand. But let's look at what happens in the minds of the spectators. If you have two coins in open display on your left hand and they do believe your right hand is empty because you've been practicing these moves, then, when you turn your left hand over and apparently dump both coins into the right hand, but really retain one and only toss this coin into the right hand, well, now apparently those coins are in view in the right hand, so by conjurer's logic, this hand must be empty. You have now shown both hands empty while concealing a coin in your hands. Not only that, but you've switched one of the two coins that you started with. Remember, this coin ends up in a finger palm. This coin ends up in view, so this coin gets switched out, this coin gets switched in, and the illusion is you're simply showing two coins in each hand, and that's the utility switch. One coin finger palmed in the right hand in a rest position on the table. Two coins displayed on the left hand, one ready to be finger palmed, one ready to fall. Left hand turns palm down, right hand turns palm up. The utility switch. The utility switch is a wonderful utility move, but it does have limitations, and those are that it must be done with at least two coins being tossed from one hand to the other. Sometimes three, sometimes four, but always at least two. So magicians have come up with a more refined version of the utility switch, and they call it a shuttle pass. And it is, in effect, a utility switch done with apparently only one coin being tossed from one hand to the other. There are many variations on the shuttle pass. I'll show you the one that I've developed. I've taught this to many magicians, and it's an easy version, easier than some, harder than others, but as in all shuttle passes, timing is most important. Now you can start the shuttle pass with a coin classic palmed, or you can start the shuttle pass with a coin finger palmed. The choice is yours. I'll be starting with the coin in the classic palm. On the table is a visible coin. The illusion is that you're going to show the coin in the left hand and toss it into the right hand. That's all it looks like. What really happens is the coin is retained in an open finger palm as the coin in the right hand is allowed to drop to a fingertip rest position on the table. The hands move toward each other, and when they get to within about half an inch, two things happen at the same time. The left hand turns palm down, retaining the coin in a finger palm position. The right hand turns partially palm up, which brings the coin from the fingertip rest position to this position, but it is underneath the left hand, which is turned palm down. When you combine these moves, there is a wonderful illusion of the coin in the left hand being tossed to the right hand, which of course means that I've shown both hands empty, because when you see the coin in this hand, it implies that the right hand is empty, and after the shuttle pass, it implies that the left hand is empty because I am now apparently holding the coin that was just displayed on the left fingers. So the shuttle pass not only shows both hands empty, but it also gets the coin that was hidden initially in the right hand, is now hidden in the left hand. So you can do quite a bit of things with this move. Very versatile, very practical. Once again, open display on the left hand finger palm. The hands move toward each other. It's a rocking motion. One hand turns palm down as the other hand turns palm up. And it's important that the right fingertips with the coin on their tips end up underneath the left hand coin in the finger palm position. That way you know that the coin on the right fingertips is in the right place. It's in the place where it would be if it wasn't there and the coin was actually falling from the left hand. Now notice the hands move toward each other. The right hand ends up with the fingers underneath the coin in the left hand, it's important that you bring the right hand out into view so the spectators can see that coin on the fingertips coming from underneath the left hand. Also, I move the coin slightly after I bring it into view. This gives the coin a little action. It picks up the light. It gives the impression that the coin was actually caught in midair. Coin is on the fingertips. Left hand is palm up with the coin in open display. When you do the move up to speed, it's very, very deceptive. It absolutely looks like the coin is tossed from one hand to the other, and that is my handling of the shuttle pass. Shuttle pass. One coin starts out in the classic palm and is transferred to the fingertip rest position as the hand drops to the table. One coin shown in open finger palm display. Left hand turns palm down, right hand turns palm up. Right hand brings the coin into view on the fingertips, moves it, and places it on the table. I'd like to show you a few ways of secretly loading a coin into the hand instead of making a coin disappear from that hand, because loading or producing a coin is as valid effect as vanishing a coin. Basically, there are two ways to load coins into the closed left hand. One is from the classic palm position, the other is from the thumb palm position. When a coin is held in the classic palm, a wonderful load is a move by L'Homme Masqué, who was a magician of the last century, and he would keep a coin in the classic palm position, show his left hand empty, close it into a fist, and then rub the back of the hand, make a magical pass, and load the coin into his closed left hand. Now the move is done by classic palming the coin, showing the left hand empty, closing it into a fist, but it's a loose fist. It's not a tight fist, because in a moment you'll be dropping the coin through the top of the fist secretly, so you want to make sure that there's a bit of an opening there. Close the hand into a loose fist. The right hand, with the coin palmed, rubs the back of the left hand. This not only gives the right hand something to do, but it looks like a magical gesture. Something magical should always happen to account for the magic that you're about to reveal. So you rub the back of the hand. Now several things happen at the same time. The left hand turns with the thumb pointing toward the ceiling. The right hand moves with it. At this point, the right hand releases its coin, which drops from the right palm into the left fist as the hands come around to this position, and you separate them and continue to make a magical gesture. Then pause and reveal the coin as appeared in your hand. That is the L'Homme Masqué load. Another way of loading a coin into the closed left hand that does not involve quite as much motion and the hand does not have to turn over is the Vernon load. This is a wonderful move by the professor, Dave Vernon, and it starts with the coin in the thumb palm position of the right hand. The left hand is once again shown empty, closed into a fist, but again it's a loose fist, but not because you're going to drop the coin in through here. What you're going to do is merely stroke the fingers like that and produce the coin in the left hand. And that's done by releasing the thumb palm coin so it goes in through this part of the hand, under the fingers, between the fingers and the palm, and into the closed left hand. It's done on the very first stroke. As you come over, the coin is released, drops into the hand. The tendency here is to make a catching or a clutching motion with the left hand. It's sort of a reflex that you'll have to fight to avoid because you don't want to telegraph the fact that you've released something into your hand. So the coin is in the thumb palm position. Close the left hand into a loose fist. Make a few gestures, but the coin goes in on the first pass so that the other gestures can be further towards the little finger, further away from obscuring the hand. Then pause and reveal the appearance of the coin. Those are two methods of loading a coin into the closed fist. Now, you also want to be able to produce coins singly from the various positions I've shown you, the classic palm, finger palm, and the thumb palm. And when I say produce, I mean to reach out into the air and pluck the coin from the air, or to reach behind your lapel and produce the coin from there. You need to get the coin from the palm positions to the fingertips. And this way you can apparently pluck the coin from wherever you want. Now, if the coin is in the classic palm position, the easiest and most direct way to produce the coin is to allow the coin to fall to a fingertip rest position and then reach forward and simply produce the coin by placing the thumb on the coin and pushing it to the extreme fingertips. a coin production from the classic palm. If the coin is in the finger palm position, at the base of the fingers, held with the curled fingers, mostly the third finger, you produce the coin by simply placing the thumb on the coin, pushing it forward to the fingertips and into view. Production of a coin from the finger palm position. If you have a coin thumb palmed, there are two ways that you can produce the coin from this position. One is, again, curl the fingers in, let the coin fall to the fingertip rest position, then reach forward and produce the coin by pushing it to the extreme fingertips held between the thumb and the second finger. Another way to produce a coin from the thumb palm position is to have the coin thumb palmed, bend the fingers in, and clip the coin between the first and second fingers, then bring those fingers out, bring the coin out to the fingertips, and lever the coin up to that position. These are three ways to produce the coin singly, one coin from the classic palm, finger palm, or the thumb palm. Very important in coin magic, producing and loading coins. The coin is in classic palm position of the right hand. Left hand shown empty, closed into a loose fist. Right hand rubs on the back of the hand. Both hands move. The left hand turns thumb up, the right hand follows, dropping the coin into the thumb side of the left fist and around to the other side and away. La Masque load. Coin starts off in the thumb palm position. Left hand shown empty, closed again into a loose fist. On the first pass, the coin is released into the left fist. Then several more passes are made, and the hand is open to reveal the appearance of the coin. Producing a coin from the classic palm position, allow it to fall to the fingertip rest position, then reach forward and push the coin to the extreme fingertips of the thumb and second finger. To produce a coin from the finger palm position, have the coin finger palmed in the right hand, reach forward, push the coin to the tips of the fingers, and produce the coin that way. Thumb palm the coin, transfer to fingertip rest, then extend the fingers and produce the coin. Coin is thumb palmed. First and second fingers clip the coin, bring it out to the fingertips, thumb levers it into view. Now that you've learned the three basic concealments in coin magic, you'll learn how to vanish coins, produce coins, and load coins into your hand, as well as a few utility moves like the utility switch and the shuttle pass. I'd like to show you how to change one coin into another. Now you must understand that any one of the vanishes I've already taught you can very easily be converted into a change or a switch. The difference between a change or a switch is that a switch appears that the coin at the beginning is the same coin at the end. They don't realize that a switch has been made. A change appears to be a magical effect on its own. One coin changes into another coin. As I said, any vanish can be turned into a switch or change. For instance, the classic palm vanish that I taught on this tape earlier. If you have an English penny, this is a copper coin, an English penny. It's the same size as a half a dollar, but a different color. If you have a coin finger palmed in the left hand and the hand is in a relaxed position on the table, and you show a coin in open classic palm display, the easiest way to switch this coin would be to vanish the coin, as I've already explained, where the right hand turns over and pretends to dump the coin into the left hand, which turns palm up to receive it, but the coin is retained in the classic palm position. The left hand closes as if it caught the coin. When the left hand now opens, another coin is seen. The effect is that of a change. The exact same move can be done with the finger palm. Start with the copper coin finger palmed in the left hand, and the silver coin, again, an open finger palm display in the right hand. The right hand turns over, apparently dumping the coin into the left hand. The left hand closes as if catching the coin, and when it opens, the coin is changed. The last one would be using the thumb palm. Once again, copper coin finger palmed in the left hand. This is so that when the left hand turns palm up, by the way, the spectators can get a slight glimpse of the open, empty palm of the left hand. Concealing a coin in the finger palm and using it this way is the Ramsey subtlety, which can also be done this way as well. But for our purposes, since you're apparently catching the coin, the hand is palm up. Show the $50 on the tips of the first and second fingers of the right hand. You're going to do the thumb palm vanish, as already explained, but because there's already a coin here, the end result is that of a change. Now, I've transferred the thumb palm coin to the fingertip rest position to give my hand a more natural appearance while it rests on the table. And from this position, I would probably transfer the coin to a classic palm as I reach for this copper coin to turn it over. At this moment, the copper coin is acting just as a wand to make my hand look more natural, even though it's concealing a coin. If you wanted even possibly a more natural look to the hand after you were switching the coin, you would go for the pen or the pencil or the magic wand. In this way, you have the copper coin finger palmed in the left hand. Let's say you're doing the finger palm vanish with the right hand. Show the coin in open finger palm. Pretend to put it in the left hand. And now, pick up that wand. Pick up that pen. Instantly, the right hand looks natural. It looks relaxed because it's doing something normal. Make a magical pass. Tap with the pencil. Open the hand and reveal the change. So there you have 3 different methods of changing one coin into another using vanishes as a change. But that's not the only way to switch one coin for another. It can also be done by apparently throwing a coin into the hand, into a hand that is unmistakably empty before the coin arrives. And this is a move called the Bobo switch, named after J.B. Bobo from his wonderful book, Modern Coin Magic, which is displayed on the mantelpiece on the table behind me. And this is a move where you start with the copper coin finger palmed in the right hand and a silver coin on the table. Pick up the silver coin, holding it with the first and second fingers and thumb of the right hand. You're going to throw it into the left hand, which closes around it and then opens. You're going to do that again. You pick up the coin and you throw it into the left hand, which closes around it, then opens. On the third toss, you're going to retain the silver coin, simply holding it behind the first 2 fingers, and as you throw, you're going to release the finger-palmed copper coin. It looks like this. The first throw is real, the second throw is real. On the third throw, I release the copper coin and get the silver coin to finger palm position in the right hand. The left hand opens to reveal the change, the Bobo switch. Copper coin finger palmed in the left hand. Coin in open classic palm display. Right hand turns palm down, left hand turns palm up. Retain the coin in the right hand, close the left hand around the copper coin. Reveal the change. Coin is finger palmed in the left hand. Coin is displayed open finger palm in the right hand. Right hand turns palm down, retaining the coin. The left hand turns palm up and apparently catches the coin. Left hand closes, right hand drops. Left hand opens, revealing the change. Copper coin finger palmed in the left hand. Silver coin shown on the tips of the first and second fingers. Hand is turned palm down, coin is thumb palmed as it's apparently placed into the left hand, which turns palm up to receive it. Right hand drops to the table, coin is transferred to fingertip rest, left hand opens to reveal the change. As the coin is turned over, the coin is palmed. Bobo switch. Copper coin finger palmed in the right hand. On the third toss, the silver coin is retained, the copper coin is released, and the silver coin is moved to a finger palm position as the left hand reveals the change. Monica.
Hi.
How you doing?
Great.
Want to see some magic?
Mm-hmm.
How about a miracle?
Great, yeah.
Even better. Watch right there, Monica, because all I have to do is rub the back of my hand, make a magical pass, and wiggle my thumb, and I can make a coin appear. That's a $50. That's a 50-cent piece of silver coin. Watch the coin, because if I wiggle, that coin will disappear just as quickly. Of course, they never go far. In fact, watch the coin return.
All right.
Welcome to the explanation portion of the tape. The first effect I'm going to teach you is the production, vanish, and reproduction of a coin, a simple but very effective coin trick. Start by taking a $50 and classic palming it in the right hand. Show your left hand empty, close it into a loose fist. You're going to load the classic palm coin into the left fist using the l'homme masqué load. This is done by rubbing the back of the hand several times, and note, at this moment, the rubbing action helps make the right hand with the hidden coin look more natural because it's giving the hand something to do. Rub the back of the hand several times, start to do the l'homme masqué load. The left fist turns palm up, or at least with the thumb pointing toward the ceiling, so that the opening of the fist is underneath the right palm. In this position, you can drop the coin into the left fist, come around in the same motion, and continue to make a magical gesture. Pause before you open your hand. The time delay is very, very important. Then open your hand, revealing the coin has been produced. You're now going to make that coin disappear and bring it back again, so you have a complete effect. Produce the coin, vanish the coin, bring the coin back. You're going to do the basic classic palm vanish that I've previously shown. You show the coin, held at the fingers, ready to be placed into the classic palm position. As you show your left hand empty, you palm the coin. Don't forget to keep the finger and thumb together to avoid the thumb shooting out. Continue to hold the fingers as if they held the coin behind them. Place it into the left hand. Right hand comes away relaxed with the fingers spread. Again, rub the back of the hand, snap your fingers, wiggle your thumb. These gestures are very important. They appear to be magical. They appear to account for what is about to happen. Open your left hand, revealing that the coin has disappeared. Make a gesture. Show that you're going to make the coin come back. And again, do the l'homme masqué load, dropping the coin from the palm into the left fist. Open the left hand, revealing that the coin has returned. While you're acquiring the classic palm, you can still do the production, vanish, and reproduction of a coin using different sleights. You should keep in mind that you can and should substitute one sleight for another if you find it easier to do. In this case, I'm going to show you how you can do the same effect that I just taught with the classic palm using the thumb palm instead. Remember, the coin is slid into the thumb palm position. You would start the same way, show your left hand empty, close it into a loose fist. Now you're going to do the Vernon load of the coin in the thumb palm position into the left hand. This is done, as you remember, by stroking the left fist and letting the coin fall from the thumb palm through the fist, into the fist, through the finger opening, as opposed to coming in through the thumb hole from the classic palm in the l'homme masqué load. So the hand is a loose fist, coin is thumb palmed. You make a few gestures, stroking the hand, letting the thumb palm coin fall into the fist, and reveal the coin. The vanish is done using the thumb palm vanish. Coin is displayed on the tips of the first and second fingers. The hand turns over. As it moves toward the left hand, the coin is slid along the thumb into the thumb palm position, and then you apparently place the coin into the left hand. Again, rub the back of the hand, wiggle the thumb, make a gesture, show the coin has disappeared. To bring the coin back, you do the same thing. You're going to load the thumb palm coin again into the left fist by doing the Vernon load, stroking the fingers, making a gesture, wiggling the thumb, show the coin is returned. And that is the explanation for the production, vanish, and reproduction of a coin. Monica, these are $50, 50-cent pieces, silver coins, 4 of them. Watch the coins. Watch my hands. They come close, but they never touch. Yet one coin passes from here to there.
Oh.
Now that coin used to be over here, but it jumped to here. That leaves 3 coins still to follow. Look, watch. And the second one goes the same way.
All right.
That's 1 across, 2 across. They used to be here. They're jumping to here. 2 coins are left. Watch the 3rd coin. Pass. That's 3. So that's 1 across, 2, 3 coins. They used to be here. They're jumping to here. That's the last one. Watch it go, and it's done, and that's magic.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Thanks. This is going to be the explanation for winged silver. That's the effect where 4 coins travel from one hand to the other. Not only is it a very visually magical effect, but it's a very good way of practicing your classic palm and your shuttle pass, because those are the 2 moves that are used repeatedly in this routine. You have 4 visible coins, and you're going to be using an extra coin that the audience is unaware of. This is actually called the one-ahead principle. You're working 1 coin ahead because you have an extra coin that no one is aware of. This 5th coin starts out classic palmed in the right hand. Have 4 coins on the table. Turn them over, showing both sides of the coins. Notice at this moment, the coins are helping my right hand to look natural because they're giving it something to do. Show the coins, talk about them, let people examine them if they want to, because they are real coins. To begin the effect, you're going to do a shuttle pass as you apparently show 4 coins. The purpose of this sequence is to show the 4 coins convincingly, as well as showing both hands empty before you start the effect. So you pick up the coin on the left, hold it in an open finger palm display. You're going to do a shuttle pass as you apparently toss it into the right hand. As the hands move toward each other, you allow the classic palm coin to drop to the fingertip rest position as the hands move toward each other. And when they get to about half an inch apart, half an inch, let's say, between my right thumb and my left little finger, that's when you begin the shuttle pass. The left hand turns palm down, finger palming its coin. The right hand turns partially palm up, extending its fingers so that the fingertip rested coin ends up underneath the finger palmed coin that is hidden in the left hand. The illusion is that the coin in the left hand is tossed onto the right fingers. You show that coin, you say coin number 1. Place it on top of a second coin, showing coin number 2. Notice at this point, the coin that originally was concealed in the right hand is now concealed in the left hand, and you've shown both hands unmistakably empty. The left hand picks up a coin. Now at this point, this coin is acting as a magic wand to make the left hand appear more natural, giving it something to do. The right hand picks up another coin, and the left hand adds its coin, so you display all 4 coins on the right hand. You're going to classic palm 1 coin of the group of 4 coins. And to do this, you let the coins fall over onto the fingers, catching them on the curled fingers. Your right thumb pushes the top coin of the stack off the stack and on to your second and third fingertips, which is exactly where it should be to push into the right palm, which is just what you do as you make a fist. Push that coin into the right palm. Hold both hands together as fists, bring them close together, further apart as a gesture, but make sure that they don't actually touch because you want people to realize that the hands are in fact separated. Wiggle the thumbs or any magical gesture that you want to do, but you must do something to account for the magic, whether it's a magical phrase or a magical gesture. Now you're going to open both hands palm down at the same time, allowing the coins from the right hand to fall to the table, as well as the coin from the left finger palm to fall to the table. At this point, you need a good classic palm because the spectators are watching both your hands at the same time, both of them in the same position. Both hands lift up off the table, revealing the coins. Notice that I don't lift the hands straight up like that, but I actually start to lift the wrists first, and then the hands follow. I think that this gives the hand a more natural look. It's a more graceful gesture. Lift the hands, revealing that 1 coin is jumped across, and gesture with the empty hand, because you can. Gesture with the empty hand, revealing that 1 coin has traveled across. You're going to pick up this coin and do another shuttle pass as you explain that this coin used to be over here. That is the reason for doing the shuttle pass. You must have a motivation for doing the moves that you do to make them appear natural. So the coin from the classic palm is dropped to the fingertip rest. This coin is displayed in open finger palm. The shuttle pass is performed as you explain this coin used to be over here. You tap these coins, but it jumped to here. At this point, turn the hand palm up. The finger palmed coin cannot be seen, and yet the hand appears empty because it is palm up and the palm of the hand can be seen. You're now going to toss this coin into the left hand. Obviously, you don't want it to hit the finger palmed coin that's already there. So make sure that the coin lands on the palm and not on the fingers. If you're very concerned about a possible clinking of the coins, you can place the coin into the fist, but I think it looks a little bit looser if you toss the coin in like that. Gives the impression that the left hand is truly empty. Put the coin in the hand, making sure that there's no clink. Pick up the 3 coins with the right hand, show them, display them on the palm. Once again, let the coins flop over, catching them in the curled fingers. The right thumb pushes the top coin off the stack onto the fingertips, again, where it's in the perfect position to press into the palm as you make a fist. Wiggle your thumbs, make a magical gesture. Clink with both hands. Simply shake both hands so that the coins clink in each hand. And again, open the hands, revealing 2 coins in each hand. The second coin has jumped across. Another shuttle pass. Left hand picks up the coin, does the shuttle pass. As you explain, that's the first one to jump across. The left hand picks up this coin. Right now, this coin is acting as a magic wand, making the hand look natural. You explain that's the second coin to travel across. They used to be here, but they're jumping to here. Toss both coins into the fist. This time you don't have to be quite as careful because you're legitimately throwing 2 coins into the hand, so that eliminates the noise problem. Once again, pick up 2 coins with the right hand. Let them fall over. Push 1 coin off onto the fingertips. Palm that coin as you make a fist with the right hand. Wiggle the thumbs. Say abracadabra, whatever your favorite magical phrase or gesture is. Open both hands, palm down, once again revealing the coin has traveled from the right hand to the left hand. Again, gesture with the hand, showing that the coin has arrived, also showing this hand is empty. Once more, a shuttle pass as you pick up one of the coins. Explain that that's the first one to jump. Hold it with the left hand, acting as a wand. That's the second coin. That's the third coin. Put the 3 coins together. They used to be here, but they are jumping to here. That's the last coin. Now, to make this vanish very, very convincing and enable you to end cleanly with only 4 coins in view at the end of the trick, you're going to palm this coin. You're going to make your magical gesture. You're going to open both hands, palm down. Notice that I spread these coins with my hand after they fell to the table because I want it to be very easily seen that 4 coins have arrived. Both hands lift up. Now, the natural reaction, the spectators will first look over here. They will realize there's no coin. Their attention is drawn over here, where the coin has now arrived. Using that misdirection, bring both hands back. You're going to allow the palmed coin to fall into your lap. This is a very, very subtle dodge, and it does allow you to show both hands empty at the completion of the routine. So the hands lift off, showing no coins here, 4 coins here. Bring both hands back. Make sure that the palm of the hand is off the table, but the fingers are still on the table. Release the coin, which falls from the palm into your lap. Gesture with both hands, and you've done a very convincing coins across using the classic palm, the shuttle pass, and that is the explanation for winged silver. Have you ever seen a coin like that?
No.
That's a copper English penny. It's an old copper coin. That's a silver $50. If I wanted to make these coins change places, the easiest thing would be to put the silver coin in this hand, hold the copper coin in this hand. But if I just wiggle my thumbs, I get the silver coin here and the copper coin here, and the coins have changed places. You can look at them if you like. They're perfectly good. I made them myself. This will be the explanation for the copper-silver routine I did. This is the one where you hold a silver coin in one hand, a copper coin in the other, and the coins change places. To do this, you will need a third coin, a duplicate of the copper coin that you were using. You could use a duplicate silver coin, but I feel that the copper coin is easier to hide and there's less chance of it flashing between your fingers. So I'm going to teach it with an extra copper coin. This coin begins finger palmed in the right hand, which is held in a relaxed position on the table, with these 2 coins on the table, the silver and the copper. Pick up the silver coin. You're going to toss it into your left hand several times, and let's say on the 3rd toss you're going to do the Bobo switch. So you're going to pick up the silver coin. You're going to apparently toss the coin back into your hand, but you are going to hold it between the thumb and the index finger, and you're going to release the finger-palmed copper coin instead. So it's 1 toss, 2 toss, retain the silver, throw the copper coin into your left hand, holding the silver coin between the thumb and first finger, which you immediately move down with your thumb to a finger palm position, which allows you to pick up the copper coin and display it. Again, at this point, the copper coin is making the right hand look natural by giving it something to do. Now you're going to do a switch actually with one hand because you have one coin finger palmed, a silver coin, and a copper coin at the fingertips. You're going to slide the copper coin along your thumb until it reaches the base of the thumb where it can be clipped in a thumb palm position. Of course, apparently you're simply holding both hands in fists, but remember, one coin is thumb palmed, one coin is finger palmed, and the other copper coin is in this hand. By wiggling your thumbs, or any suitable magical gesture, you're going to open both hands, palm down, above the table, so that the silver coin falls from the right hand, copper coin is thumb palmed, the copper coin falls from the left hand, and it appears that the coins have changed places. Now, as the hands relax on the table, you allow the thumb palm coin to fall from the thumb palm to a fingertip rest position. And at this point, you can go two ways. You can either pick up the copper coin with the left hand and do a shuttle pass, which transfers the hidden copper coin from the right hand to the left hand so that you can end relatively clean. Or if you want to end totally clean, when you lift your hands up, keep the coin in the thumb palm position, draw both hands back, and release the coin from the thumb palm into your lap so you can gesture with both hands. And that is the explanation for copper and silver. That's a $50. That's a 50-cent piece. Take a look at it. Make sure it's real. Would you be amazed if I could make that coin disappear?
Yeah.
Well, I'll try. Watch the coin. If I just rub on the back and wiggle my thumb and snap my fingers, it won't completely disappear, but I can shrink it down to the size of a dime.
Okay.
You can keep that as a souvenir,
Oh, thank
helping
you.
me out. Thank you very much.
Sure.
This is the explanation for changing one coin into another using a vanish to effect a change. Keep in mind that you can change a coin into any small object as long as it can be finger palmed in your left hand. So I'll be using a $50 and an English penny. Begin by finger palming the copper coin in the left hand, which is held in a relaxed position on the table. The coin in the right hand is displayed in an open classic palm position in preparation for classic palming the coin. You're going to apparently dump this coin from the right hand into the left hand, but you're going to palm the coin by slightly contracting the base of the thumb to palm the coin. So it looks as if you show the coin, apparently place it into your left hand closes as if apparently catching the coin. Now, once again, a time delay is important between putting the coin in your hand and opening your hand to reveal the change. So rub the back of your hand, make a gesture, wiggle your thumb, say the magic words, but have a time delay in there somewhere, then open your hand, revealing the silver coin has changed to a copper English penny. And that's the explanation for a coin change using a vanish as a change. Monica, remember when you saw me make the coins travel from one hand to the other? It's a good trick, but I did have to touch the coins. I did have to pick them up. I did have to handle them in order to do that. I won't do that this time. I won't touch the coins. I'll cover them, but I won't touch them.
Okay.
Now I can cover them this way, or I can cover them like this. I can cover them this way, or I can cover them like that. But if I wiggle, one jumps to here.
Oh, okay.
Watch that coin jump over to here. Watch that coin travel to here, followed by this one over to there, and watch the last one go from here to there.
All right. That was great.
Thanks. I kind of like that myself.
Yeah, that was a good one.
This will be the explanation for an effect called chink-a-chink, which is, it is titled that way because that's the sound that magicians used to say as they performed this effect. We are going to call it a bare hand coin assembly. Now, it has been done with many, many objects over the years. It's been done with sugar cubes, with dice, with balls, with funny little props that you buy in a magic shop. But it had never been done with coins before because it is impossible to palm a coin off the table into your hand. Simply cannot be done. So I worked out a method way back in 1977 where you can do chink-a-chink, or a bare hand assembly, without any palming at all. It has been used by many magicians over the years, notably Michael Lamar, who has a wonderful routine that he performs on the floor with the spectators looking down on his hands. I will teach you the way I originally devised it a long time ago, and it is a beautiful visual illusion, and it is a perfect example of how sometimes you can substitute subtlety for skill in a coin routine. This is a routine that you will acquire very, very quickly. You will be able to do this within 1 hour after me teaching it to you, and you will have a wonderful visual illusion. You need 5 coins. 4 are known to the spectators. 1 is classic palmed in your right hand. Now that's the only time you have to palm a coin, at the very beginning of the routine, and that's all. Show the 4 coins and explain that you're going to make the coins assemble, come together in one place, but you're not going to touch the coins. You're not going to handle them at all. You're merely going to cover them with your hands. Remember, you have a coin, classic palmed, in the right hand, but that's the only time you have to palm a coin, just at this one point. So you explain you'll be covering the coins, but you won't be touching them, and I allow the classic palm coin to fall to the table, and then I move my right hand very slightly to the right, which brings the coin under the base of my thumb. And in this position, if you press down, not too hard, not too soft, you can easily move the hands in a very, very natural way, the coin riding under the base of the thumb. Now, the tendency is to lift the fingers up as high as you can to give the impression that the hands are floating over the coins. I think you should be careful about doing this. Sometimes this can backfire and allow the spectators to get a flash of the coin that's hidden under your hand. I think the main point of the routine is to show that you are merely covering the coins but not touching them. So, with the coin hidden under the base of the thumb, you say that you can cover the coins in various ways. You can cover them this way. You slide the coin to this outer right corner. You can cover them this way. Slide the coin to the inner right corner. You can cover them this way. Now you cover the 2 diagonal corners, always sliding the hidden coin. Or you can cover them like this. Now at this point, you're going to add the palmed coin, or at least the coin that's hidden under the base of the thumb, to the coin at the inner right corner. This coin you're going to cover with the left hand, but you're going to cover it with the base of the thumb. However, you don't want to simply plant the base of your thumb on the coin. That would seem a little bit obvious. What you want to do is cover the coin with a hooking motion. So the impression is that the coin is right about there when it's actually back over there. This is the coin that's hidden under the base of your right hand. This is the coin hidden under the base of your left thumb. Make a little movement with the fingers. You're going to steal this coin. You're going to leave this coin. Both hands move to the sides of the mat. Notice how I am leaning slightly forward. And as I move both hands to the side, I lean back. You have to give the impression that you're relaxed, that your hands are empty without actually showing them empty. Remember, you have a coin hidden now under the base of your left thumb. You're going to add this coin, the hidden coin, to the coin at the inner left corner. You're going to cover these 2 coins with the right hand. This coin you're going to cover with the base of the thumb. Again, wiggle the thumbs, wiggle the fingers. You're going to steal this coin. You're going to leave this coin. Both hands move to the sides, and the coin travels from this corner to that corner. The hidden coin is over here. Now you're going to slide and add this coin to the corner, the upper right corner. You're going to cover these 2 coins with the left hand. This coin, the rear coin, gets covered with the base of the thumb. Wiggle the fingers. You're going to steal this coin. You're going to leave this coin. Both hands move to the sides, and the coin travels diagonally across from that corner to that corner. Now you're going to cover this coin with the right hand, again, with the base of the thumb, with the hooking motion, which makes it more deceptive when you're covering only 1 coin. First cover this coin, then slide the left hand with the coin hidden under the base of the thumb across to the coins at the upper right corner. You're going to steal this coin. You're going to leave this coin. Move the fingers. Both hands move to the sides, and the coin travels across. You're going to cover the last coin with the left hand, again with the base of the thumb, with the hooking action. You're going to add this coin to the upper right corner by moving the right hand with the base of the thumb over the coin. You're going to move this hand until the coin falls off the edge of the table, which is very easy to do because it's way at the back of the hand. So let that coin fall off the table onto your lap, wiggle the fingers. This time you're going to turn your hands over like a book. The left hand turns over this way, the right hand turns over this way, revealing all 4 coins have assembled in one corner, a very clean, very magical, and very easy version of a bare hand coin assembly. And that's the explanation for Chink-a-Chink. When lapping a coin or any other small object, to ensure that the coin does not fall between your thighs to the chair or to the floor, you can either cross your legs at the knees, place a handkerchief over your lap, or you can even pull the material from one pants leg slightly over onto the other, filling in the gap between your thighs.